What's going on, guys? This is Sam, and there is a new privacy bug present inside the latest version of iOS 11. As you know, on the iPhone 10, notification previews are disabled by default until you authenticate yourself. So as you can see right here, anybody could have my iPhone 10 until I actually look into Face ID and say, yes, this is me, I own this phone, go ahead and unlock and show me what is behind these notifications, all the details there. It won't do it until I authenticate myself. And there's an issue where you can get around that just by asking Siri. So the problem lies not with Face ID, but how Siri can read notifications. As you can see, right now I'm not authenticated. The lock is still at the very top of the screen. This could be anybody using my phone, and you can't see what is behind these notifications that just came in. However, if you ask Siri to read your recent notifications, this is what happens.
You have notifications from Newsflash. 9 to 5 Mac. Apple shows off the ease of Apple Pay with iPhone 10 and Face ID in new ad. Video. Mac rumors. Apple shares new Fly Market iPhone 10 video focusing on Apple Pay. That's all.
And obviously that's a pretty big breach of privacy. You have a setting on your phone that says no one will be able to read these notifications unless I'm there, unless I'm authenticating my phone. But anybody on the street could just take your phone and say, hey Siri, read my recent notifications. And all that personal data is now out there that you once thought was protected, and that can be problematic. The good news here is that Apple has already confirmed to Mac rumors that a fix is in the works. So we can expect to see iOS 11.2.7 or this fix is a part of iOS 11.3, hopefully sometime soon. My bets are on iOS 11.2.7 over iOS 11.3 just because this is a pretty big deal and because we don't have a release date for iOS 11.3 just yet. Now in the meantime, if you want to protect yourself, there are a couple of things you can do. Luckily, if you go over to settings, notifications, you can tap on any individual app that you have installed on your phone that could possibly give you notifications. So for example, if I want to go under messages, I can disable show on lock screen, and then no notifications will ever come on the lock screen. Therefore, no one can ever use Siri to ask about those notifications or potentially what's behind them. And the second option, which is more secure but a little bit more inconvenient, is just to disable Siri on the lock screen in general. Right now, you can do that under settings, Siri and search, and then allow Siri when locked, toggle that off. When your phone is locked, no one can use Siri, so even if there are any other potential glitches inside of Siri, Siri just can't be activated unless the phone is unlocked. So if you can't get to Siri, you can't ask about those notifications. Regardless, this is another bug that really shouldn't be there in the first place. If we get to iOS 11.2.7, Apple has released 5 or 6 different updates for iOS 11.2 now just to make it more secure, which is kind of ridiculous from a security standpoint. In the past with iOS 9, iOS 10, yes, there have been some issues, but not back to back like this. It's to the point where I'm continuing to question whether Apple's quality control team is doing their jobs or if they've just gotten really lazy. It appears to be the latter, but we don't know what's going on. Apple has said that they want to make sure that things like this don't continue to happen, but at the same time, they're continuing to happen, so I don't know if their audit system is working that well. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down below. If this is a big deal for you, let me know. If you could care less about this, also let me know down below. For me, I think I'm somewhere in between. I see how it could be a big deal. At the same time, I'm lucky to the point where not a lot of my notifications have any sensitive data. That being said, I've definitely had notifications in the past that I wouldn't want other people to see. So if anyone could just come up to me and use Siri to read those notifications, I would be pretty upset. Anyway, that's going to be all for this video. Of course, I will let all of you know when iOS 11.2.7 or iOS 11.3 is released to everyone. If you enjoyed this, feel free to drop a like down below. It does help me out. And of course, hit subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And if you want to help support the channel, you can head over to shop.iupdateos.com and buy a shirt there. Make sure to use code iOS for 10% off your entire order. For now, I've been Sam. I hope you're doing great, and I will talk to you in my next video.